to the Spindle Sock Wrap Podcast. Today is Saturday, March the 28th, 2015, and I'm Jessica, also known as Jessie Nareem on Ravelry.
And I'm Amanda, also known as OBU Tiger 2011 on Ravelry.
Alright, do you want to get started or do you want me to start?
You can start.
Okay. So we're going to start with works in progress. And so I have a lot of socks on the needles. I've been like a sock maniac. I've been working on the vanilla bean sock, but I've been doing it toe up out of mustache yarn in the sesame colorway. So here's sock number 2. And here is sock number 1. I finished it last week.
Yay!
And I did a new to me afterthought heel. I did the afterthought heel a la carte by Jessica Larson. And she is teaching this heel for Mustache University in the School of Socks. And so I did this heel, and I did alter the pattern slightly. I made it go down to, I believe, 8 stitches. I believe I wrote it down, hopefully. But I did 8 stitches, and then I did a 3 needle bind off because I was finishing the sock at work, and I didn't have a tapestry needle.
You use what you have.
Exactly. But it worked out great. You just flip it inside out and then you do a 3 needle wind up. It was way easier than a Kitchener, honestly.
Very nice.
And then I don't know if I showed you guys these, or I think I did actually last time. This is my first of 2 socks of the double gusset socks for School of Stash. And here is the progress I've made. I had to rip out part of my heel flap because I didn't make it long enough, and so I had to rip out part of the sock, and so now I'm back trying to do the double gusset part again. So
Take 2.
That will get done this week because I have to have it done by the 31st.
Yes. Yep.
Which is also Diane of the Suburban Stitcher podcast birthday. So happy
Yay.
Birthday, Diane.
Happy birthday.
And this is one of her bags, if you don't know who the Suburban Stitcher is. She sells really cute project bags. And then the other, this is the last one. The other what I have is it's actually a brand new colorway, so if you are wondering, this is also mustache yarn. This is like a mustache yarn month because I wanted to do all 3 heels in School of Socks. I will not get all 3 pairs done, unfortunately, but oh well. I'll only get like 2.5 pairs of socks. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good for a month.
But this is a toe-up vanilla sock on size 1s. And these are new to me needles. I've never done socks on DPN, so I'm trying that for the first time. And this is the Polka Dot Afro Circus colorway by Mustache. She debuted. I love that. I have that song in my head now. But she debuted this colorway at DFW Fiberfest last weekend. So if you're wanting to get some and haven't, if you weren't at Fiberfest, you wouldn't have had an opportunity yet. But it is fun. It's about, I had some issues caking my yarn, so my very first strip isn't the right width, but it's 15 rows of this polka dot variegated stuff that's supposed to be polka dots, and then it's, like a zebra, because it's the zebra from Madagascar who sings the song, and it's like 3 to 4 rows of black, and then 2 to 3 of the white, or really 3 of the white, and then 3 to 4 of the black again. So it's a little zebra.
Yay.
It's cute. This is the first one. I'm going to do the OMG heel. I actually already did the OMG heel this morning and then realized the sock was too short, so I had to rip it out. So I'm going to try it.
Trial and error.
Oh, and the pink, I think the pink is in here, yeah, is mustache yarn I use for the heel toe and I'll use for the ribbing. Is a new colorway Stacy of Mustache Yarn dyed for Fiberfest. It's called Material Girl.
Oh, very nice.
It's fun. It's very cute.
Fun pink.
Yes. And I'm just a sock person right now.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk about your knitting?
Sure. Well, at the beginning of the month, I started a shawl. It's a Multnomah shawl, and it's Starry Night. So I'm continuing with this. And I kind of paused because during Fiberfest, Jessica was teaching me how to do my very own socks. So that's my current project.
Yay.
So I actually have 2 projects on 2 pairs of needles, and that's a new.
She never does. She's a very
concept.
monogamous knitter, and
Yes.
I'm the girl that just knits everything all at once.
So right now I am knitting my very first sock.
Yay! Toe up.
Toe up.
That's the best way to do it.
Vanilla sock, and this is a Western Sky yarn base, fingering weight, and I don't. It's Bracaday, and I don't have the tag because somehow during Fiber Fest I lost the tag.
Do you have the? You don't have it with you, but do you have
No.
that bag that they gave us?
I looked through it all.
Oh, don't.
Yeah, I looked through it all. I don't know
Where's your cake?
how it happened.
Because sometimes they stick them in the middle of the cake. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what the colorway is. I just thought of
So
that.
that's
It
the
might-
cake.
Yeah, it's not in. Is it in there?
Mm-mm.
Oh darn. 'Cause
No.
sometimes.
So
They stuck one right in the
somehow
cake.
I lost the tag, but you know it's pretty sparkly yarn, so I really do enjoy it. And I've dropped some stitches and had to pick up stitches, and she
fun.
had to help me a few times because I switched from knitting to purling.
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing?
I was
It's
like,
okay,
I don't
we fixed
know
her.
what do I do. But yeah, she did fix me. So so far I'm doing well. My mom came over yesterday to eat dinner with me, and I showed her my first sock, and she was
Yay.
excited.
She really wants a pair of
She
knitted
really wants a
socks.
pair of knitted socks. So eventually I will be
We'll be knitting her
knitting
some.
my mom some socks. So that's it. I only had 2 works in progress.
And I only had 3.
Well, I have a spinning in progress.
Okay, here, do you want to start with spinning?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am spinning, it's a tiara, MCN, from Tooth by Hand. So this is like the first half of the braid, and then I will spin the second half of the braid on another bobbin to apply together. And it has lots of, as you can see, oranges, pinks, and purples. So very nice. And if you remember, it's a tiara. It's from the Big Bang Theory TV show, and it's one of our favorite episodes. So when I saw it, I knew Jessica had already gotten it, but when I saw it, I was like, it's on MCN, and it's a tiara. So I had to get
And it was on sale.
And it was on sale.
It was
which
like
was just
the
like a
heavens
match
opened
made
up.
in heaven. Yeah.
It really was.
Wonderful.
And if you are a Big Bang Theory reference, we just watched that episode too in
Yeah.
honor of the Fiverr because we're cool like that.
Yep.
It's in season 5, I think. It's like episode 12 because I had to figure out what it was on the DVD.
Yeah.
It's called The Shiny Trinket Maneuver or something.
Oh yeah.
It's fun. It is awesome.
Certainly.
Okay, so spinning. Okay, so let's see here.
You brought your bobbins, right?
I did. Okay, so here's what I'm spinning. So I'm doing an owl for the Harry Potter group, and I really don't think I'm going to finish in time.
Oh,
But
no.
and of course, spinning something brand new really isn't going to help that. But this is Ring Nebula from Tooth by Hand on BFL and Silk. I have 8 ounces that I have to spin and ply. I have like a lot to spin this week, but I still could get it done.
You don't have a
I'm-
test to worry
I don't
about
have
anymore.
as much school at the moment to worry
So-
about, so I might be able to spend the next like 4 days spinning in my free time.
Spinning madly.
Yeah, pretty much. So we'll see if I can really get it done or not. I have to get, and this should, I was having issues drafting, so what's currently on this bobbin is not fingering weight. So I'm thinking normally if I do, 8 ounces, I'll do, 4 ounces on one bobbin, 4 ounces on the other, apply together, be happy. But what I think I'm going to do is do just this 4 ounces, like 2 ounces per bobbin, because I'm almost done with the first 2 ounces, and ply, because I believe these are a little thicker. They're going to be about a worsted weight.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other bobbin, at least 2 ounces of it has to be fingering. I can do 2 ounces of whatever I want, but I have to get a pound of fingering or squirt weight yarn for my owl. And I have gotten, because the Girl on Fire was 6 ounces, the very first thing I did was 2, and so that would be 8, and then I did the gradient that I showed y'all last time. That was in June 4th, so that was 4. So I'm up to 12, so I have to get 4 more. And I have a small braid that I could get out of 2 ounces I could do a fingering out of. But we'll see, because I pretty much have a pound of fiber to spend. And I don't really know if that's possible in 4 days. So I've done it before. I can do it.
We'll see.
We'll see if I can get it done. Because I did start, though. So, I mean, part of it's done. And then I'm spinning, and I thought I brought the fiber. Here it is. This is Janice from Do It By Hand on Super Wash Merino Nylon. You can't really see it that well.
Just tell them what the color is.
But here you go. It is like blues and reds, pink and blue. It's very, very pretty and fun.
It has some like tan brown in there too.
Yeah, it really has like turned. Some of the orange has really gone tan, because I'm in a tan section right now.
Yeah.
But I started out, with like purple, so it's fun. This is the second 2 ounces.
It'll be cool to see when it's knit up, kind of how the colors kind of blocked.
It will. Oh, and I have a thank you. A sweet friend of ours who helps out with Do It By Hand. She doesn't dye for them or anything, but she gifted me a pattern called Movie Night.
Oh,
and it was so sweet of her, and it's a sock pattern, so I really want to knit it now. I'd never heard of it. It's by Ann Hansen, and you can get it on Ravelry. And so that's ideally what I'm going to knit out of the Janice. I wanted to... Oddly enough, despite all the yarn that I have, I don't really have a lot of variegated yarn. I have a lot of self-striping yarn, and I have a lot of solid. And so I didn't really have anything I wanted to knit that sock pattern out of. So I was like, well, geez, let's go spin some.
Yeah.
Like, I have a whole factory of fiber, so that'll work. But that'll be fun. But I think... Oh, spinning. Okay, I do have some more spinning to show. Okay, I have... This past weekend, I'm going to talk about it more in a minute. I took a class. I took an art yarn class, actually. It's called Thick and Thin Coils with J.C. Faulkner. And this is what I did in the class. So it's super crazy because I was learning how to do it. And I left the Thick and Thin skein. But here's the one I did where it's we learned to do thick and thin, like purposeful thick and thin. And I actually have a skein that's only that somewhere in the house.
And with the beehives.
And then I learned, so after you do like a bobbin of thick and thin, you spin another bobbin of a single. And you apply the two together. And so I learned how to do that. Here, let me find a good one to show y'all. Because it is challenging, especially if you're just learning it. But, so I kind of learned how to do that. So as you're applying it, you wrap the thick and thin around the core and you like push it up and it makes this little beehive. So I kind of learned how to put those in the yarn. So, that was fun. And this is out of this is a Do It By Hand like grab bag. They're usually like $15 and you get 4 ounces. So I just tried to, I didn't really care what colors I had. I just was trying to practice. And I only brought this to spin, so I didn't have anything to play with after class. But that was fun. That really was fun.
Yeah.
So what about you in spinning?
All right.
What are you up to?
Well, I finished spinning and applying Raj by Do It By Hand. So you can see lots of greens and blues and some purples everywhere. And so I've been really trying to practice with consistency and being pretty thin. So I'm getting better.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could knit socks out of this. Like, I really do. That's really thin. That's really thin.
Very nice. So I'm trying. Like any time that you're knitting or spinning or any crafting, you can pick out the little problem areas, and but I think once I wash it and everything, it'll be a good knit up.
I think it will be. It's really nice, and it's so soft. It's like amazing.
It's really squishy.
Organic merino.
So yes, very nice. All right, that's all I've been spinning because I was kind of busy, and so I only really got one skein done this month, and this will be my Harry Potter
class for the
month. So.
Fun.
Yeah, so I got something done because I was a little worried about the knitting. I was like, I don't think I'll get anything knitted done.
I know the feeling.
For the month.
Well, at the rate I'm going, like these 2 spins are like my Harry Potter classes for the month.
So.
We'll see. I did get if I get one more sock done, and I have a lot of socks I'm really close on, like, not even this one, the one with the double gusset, as soon as I'm done doing the gusset part of it, then, I mean, I go really fast, especially because I knit, I don't know, I knit partway down my foot, and then I decrease 4 stitches because my foot gets narrower. And so, I mean, it went really fast when I got to the foot. So, I don't know if I just get more motivated or what, but hopefully I will get that sock done, but we'll see, because I really need my owl done.
Yeah.
Hufflepuff needs its 200 points. They'll live without 15.
Go,
just
Hufflepuff.
because, yeah, I guess I should really prioritize that, because I already turned in A class, so I maintain my sorting priority. And I did a headmistress challenge, and if I apply something off some bobbins, because I need some bobbins to finish my owl currently, because I have no bobbins.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I broke a bobbin, and or a bobbin broke on me. I didn't really do anything. I was just using it, and it broke. If I just need some bobbins, because I'm short bobbins now, and I started that new spin, which is probably not the smartest choice, but it's okay. Alright, so we're going to talk about something exciting, because we're a spinning and knitting podcast. And I took my class from JC Boggs. Faulkner is her name. Her name now is JC Boggs Faulkner, but on the book that I have, which is called Spin Art, it is her original name, which is JC Boggs. And we are super excited about art yarn, or just putting texture into yarn and things. So we are going to try to go through this book and try everything. And so we're going to, I actually thought about this earlier, we're going to have like an informal spin along, so there will be no prizes, but it will just be for fun, for everyone to show what they're spinning. If you want to join in with us, you're welcome to. I got this book off of Amazon because I do not live near any place that sells books like this. But it has, just some amazing, amazing photographs. I'm going to try to just show the photograph, not the text. But that is actually the yarn that I tried to learn to make last weekend. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start, the book recommends that you begin at the beginning.
Oh,
obviously, because I've read the whole book. It just builds upon the last chapter. So we're going to start with like the first, I believe I was going to start with the racing stripe and the tornado and maybe course spinning. It depends on how much.
I've done course spinning, but never purposely.
Yeah.
It was totally accident.
I really do, because you can do the thick and thin on the cord. Here's a picture from the book. It's beautiful. Here you go. Oh, I don't know if it's going to turn out. It's amazing. Anyways, so those are the first 3, are the racing stripe, the tornado, and the course spinning. Depending on when we next record, we may have gotten through all 3 of them, or we may actually be on a better schedule for recording, so we'll hopefully have at least one of those to show you guys. But this is, again, Spin Art by JC Boggs, and in the back there is a DVD included in the book, so you can watch the DVD and see. I haven't actually watched it, so I really don't know what's on it. I'm assuming or hoping that she demonstrates some of the ways to do the yarns, but it's broken up. Here, hold on, I will tell you another thing though. Aside from, she teaches you how to straight up spin some of them, and then there's a section for plying techniques as well. So if you're interested in learning like what I learned for my class, you might try this book out. Okay, so now we're going to talk about TFW Fire Fest.
Yay!
Because that's what we did this weekend.
Yes.
And we had so much fun.
We did.
What was your favorite part?
Wow.
I know that's hard. I know that's a big question.
I don't know. I really did enjoy just sitting in the middle of the the knitting circle, the spinning circle, and just being able to talk to people as they came by, and as people kind of sat down to spin and knit and show off their goodies. So that was a lot of fun. We got to talk to some people, especially since we bring our wheels. So a lot of people were like, "Oh, what wheels do you have?" And so we kind of got to explain them. And as you remember from last time, I painted my wheel with some stars and moons. So a lot of people were like, "Oh, that's so pretty." So it was nice just to be able to see other people kind of show off what we've done. I really do like just hanging out with the people we see every year, the 2F by Hand girls.
I know, they're so really nice. If you've never stopped by their booth, you really should. Even if you just want to say hi to them, because
they're
Jaylon, Maite, and then, Kristen's their behind the scenes girl. I don't think she actually works for them, but she's their friend and helps out. They're all just so nice. We see them every year. We look forward to it. We really do. Okay, so my favorite part of Fiberfest, it was getting to see all of our favorite vendors, because we don't get to see them very often, and they're so sweet. Again, we saw, Maite, Jaylon, and Kristen, and then it was also fun because my aunt was there, and I don't see her very often. She lives in Minnesota, but she came down and helped out at a booth for a friend of hers. She went to Stitches West with her in California. It was Jody Fish of the Fishnets. Yarn, and she does self-striping yarn, and I actually do have some. I believe I showed you guys my fishnet socks. I got the yarn for Christmas and knit them in like a week.
They were very quick,
crazy. But over Christmas break when I why not knit a pair of socks? But so my aunt was there helping out, Jody. And so we got to meet Jody Fish, who's super sweet.
Oh, yes.
And then, everybody that was helping with her booth was just so nice. I don't know all of your names, or I would mention you, because you were all so sweet and helpful. And I just liked going by and saying hi, because they were right there by the Stitching Lounge. It was perfect.
It was lovely.
Because every time we'd walk into the Stitching Lounge, we'd walk by them. So, of course, we would stop and say hi and buy stuff.
Yes.
It was great.
It was lovely. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I did buy. We can show y'all my fishnets yarn later. But Jody was so sweet because she had a colorway at Stitches West that I really wanted, but I really wanted it on a sparkly yarn, and she didn't have it on a sparkly yarn at Stitches West, and she dyed it on one just for me. So that was so sweet of her, because I got it. I saw it and snatched that sucker up. So. But yes, so we saw the Fishnets ladies. We saw a lot of people. We saw Taya of the, I don't know the other girl's name that was with her. They sat with us at our spin-in. So I'm sorry for not saying your name as well, but we saw Taya of the Spinolution. They were at the Spinolution booth, but they came to our spin-in, and her friend, or partner in crime, you know what I mean, that she works with. But they were very sweet too. It was so much fun to see them. She was my swap partner actually for the swap. It was 2014 last year, so the 14 pounds and 14 group. We do a Christmas swap every year. I probably showed what I made last year. But it worked out. It usually is like a round robin swap where person A gives to person B and person B gives to person C. And we just happened to give to each other, so that was fun to see her. I didn't even think about the fact that she would be there, or I would have told her we needed to bring her stuff because we could have taken a picture, but that was funny. She made me the hand-woven scarf, I believe, I showed on the podcast. So we saw her, and we saw Diane of the Suburban Stitcher podcast. She was helping out at the Mustache Yarn booth, and we got to see Stacy, and we went by their booth a bunch just to chat with them. That's kind of why Sunday is my favorite day not to take a class, because everyone who's still there is in class, and so the vendors are pretty empty, so you can just go by and chat with them.
Yeah, you don't
feel like you're in the way.
Yeah.
Because I felt bad, because I was totally in the way. And if you ever see me at a Fiber Festival and I'm just talking to the vendor and you really need by me, just push me out of the way. It's cool. Because I will just talk. Because I like talking to them.
Yeah, we like talking, so.
We really do. Well, and we don't get to see them very often. So it's, this was the second Fiber Fest we've been to that we saw them at. So it was fun. It was fun to see them. we went to the podcaster meetup. That was fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun meeting fellow podcasters, and there was a lot of mixes. There was, the pros.
Yeah, like the well-known people, like.
And then there was
Stacey,
us newbies. So it was
4
nice
or 5 episodes. This is episode 6. I didn't say that at the beginning. Sorry about that.
Yeah, episode 6. And so it was really nice to be able to kind of swap stories and hear what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. And we got to hear about some new podcasts. I do not have them in front of me. I did write them down, so if I find the links to their sites, I'll try to link them in the show notes.
Okay.
If anybody is looking for another video podcast, I think most of them did video.
Yes, I think everyone that we really talked to.
I prefer the videos. I mean, I don't have anything against audio podcasts, but I haven't been able to get into an audio podcast.
Yeah. I listen to a lot of audio podcasts about movies and stuff like that. So, but with spinning and stuff like that, it is nice to see it. So.
Well, and if someone's talking about like a sweater they're knitting, I like to see it. I don't knit sweaters, but I'm going to.
Yay!
So I lied. Okay. Last episode, I said I was not going to get a sweater quantity of yarn, and I totally did.
She totally did.
It's in my defense, it only was 3 skeins of yarn.
Yes.
So it wasn't like I bought like 10 skeins or something.
Like that.
Because my aunt, who, like I said, was at the thing, she loves. I couldn't even tell you guys the name of the pattern because I totally have forgotten it. But she has knit this sweater, and oh my gosh, it's gonna bother me now. But she knit it, and so she brought it with, and so she let me try it on, and it fit me perfectly. I was like, you could just leave it. She wanted it though, but she's knitting another one. She's like, I just keep wanting to pair colors together and knit this. And so it takes 2 skeins of a main color and 1 skein of counter color or contrasting color. And so, so I'm gonna knit it out of some 2 by hand. I bought some yarn, and I'll show that to you here in a minute. Well, I guess you want to start with stash enhancements? I think that's pretty much what's left. So here, I'll show you my sweater yarn while we're talking. I did have to order the contrasting color because all of their yarn was really variegated, and I wanted a solid or tonal color to go with. Mm-hmm. But I guess I'll start with that because I've got a lot of stuff, so don't judge. This is a non-judging podcast.
Yeah,
so
no judging.
For the record, I've got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But that means I just won't be competing with other people on online updates, so y'all can all be thankful for that. Okay.
So here's her sweater. And as you know, Jessica is purple fanatic, and I am blue fanatic. So
or red.
Or red.
We sometimes come together, but yes. So this is Dr. Oreganto. I have no idea where this name came from. I think it might have come from Big Bang Theory, but I really could be making that up. But it's 2 by hand. It's a colorway by Jaylon. And it is on a Super Rush Merino nylon base. I don't really know if you can see that very well. So here's the yarn. And I'm sorry if you're hearing someone calling my name. That would be my mom. Mm-hmm. I'm going to probably have to go talk to her in a minute. So hold on 1 second. Welcome back to the Spindle Saga podcast. We had some technical difficulties. So there's a little break in the podcast. Sorry about that. But we're going to continue on with our stash enhancements from Fiberfest. And basically the last thing I showed was the sweater yarn that I'm going to knit my first sweater out of. And I'll link the pattern in the show notes because I have no idea what it is.
I bought my very first thing of yarn from Alicia Goes Round. This is an 8-ounce thing of fiber, so I'll get quite a bit of yardage out of it. And it's 80% merino wool and 20% silk. And as you can see the colors, it starts off like with a dark blue, goes purple, and then it goes into this greenish teal color that's really pretty. So I kind of nicknamed this the peacock fiber because it does remind me a lot of a peacock. But one thing is, like, when we went last time to San Antonio, we didn't even know she sold fiber. So then when I saw it at the Fiber Fest, I looked at it and couldn't resist
It's very pretty.
We'll get to see how it turns out because this will be the first time to ever spin fiber from her. So I'll definitely bring it back when it's spun up to give like a little review.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, we'll have to do that later on. Okay,
so that's mine.
Okay, so when we went to Fiberfest, because I have a big stash, and I knew who was going to be at Fiberfest. I mean, they published the list.
Yeah.
I knew some things that I really wanted to specifically get, and I wanted them, before they sold out. So I went over to the mustache booth.
We both had lists of what we specifically were going to be looking for.
Yep. And then some things, kind of fell off the list. But so I'm doing the School of Stash in the mustache group, which I've talked about. And this time it's socks. I don't know what it's going to be next time. It could be socks again. And if it is, great. I have a ton of self-sharpening yarn from her. But on the off chance that it isn't, I have nothing but self-sharpening yarn and yarn for heels and toes. So unless I want an interesting, shawl or something.
Yeah.
I wanted to get something just in case I need it. Otherwise, I really will end up knitting this soon.
Sometime, yeah.
So for the next School of Stash, if it ends up not requiring this yarn, it will probably still get knit because I want to knit it. This is her Dapper High Twist base, and it is merino cashmere and nylon, which I didn't even realize because I'm silly and just bought it because it was pretty. I just thought it was merino and nylon. I don't read labels apparently. And I don't really read because of that horrible sock problem I had earlier where I didn't read that it needed to be, you start the heel, an inch before the end of your foot, and I started at 2 inches, so naturally it was too small for me. So I've been having some reading issues the last couple days. But this is the Sunset colorway. It's purple. It's several shades of purple, a blue, a gray, and like the gray black. It's kind of a dark gray black. I don't really know if it's showing up, but it is super, super pretty.
It is. It is very pretty.
And then the other thing that I specifically wanted was a pink to go with some yarn from Stacy that I already have. And it's going with the Polka Dot Afro Circus, which I guess I'll just show you again in the cake because I did buy it from her booth, but this was not a thing I specifically bought, but I did buy it. Sorry, my yarn is falling off the cake because I'm having struggles. Oh, and it's knotted. All right, well, would you like to share something now?
Yeah. All right. So we did go to a new booth, a new vendor, and it was October House.
And they are from Hot Springs, Arkansas. Holla, because we went to school in Arkadelphia. I'm sporting my OBU pride here.
Yeah, we went to OBU. So when we found out they were Hot Springs, we're like, oh my gosh, we know Hot Springs. They have the best gelato ever.
Yep, and they even knew the place.
They even knew the place. They had been there the week before.
Yes.
So
I was like, hurt you guys.
So one of the things on my list that I wanted to look for at Fiberfest was at least one skein of lace weight yarn because I have been branching into lace knitting. So this is where I fulfilled that part of the list. I got, 931 yards.
That's a lot of yardage.
Yeah, of superwash merino. In the colorway Broken Rose, which I love the name. It's so romantic. It sounds like a fairy tale. Broken Rose. So it'll make a very big, lovely shawl, and actually it's going to be my first circle shawl is what I'm aiming for. Though it could change.
We'll see. We'll get you going on some
pie shawl, something like that, and see how it goes. So, but yes, my first. This will be a new project for me, but it's very pretty. Though you can't squish it, I'm squishing it, and it is very squishy. So it was very nice, and they're very nice vendors. So
they were so sweet. And I didn't even mention them again. Yeah. Every vendor we talked to was super sweet. For the record, if we didn't mention you, one. Yeah, if we didn't mention you, please don't be offended because we loved all of you. You were all so nice. That's one of my favorite parts about that. Actually, is my favorite part about DFW. It's just everyone is so nice. They really are. I'm like, I get to be in a room full of 1,000 nice people. Like, how often does that happen?
Yes.
So that really was fun. Okay, so I guess I'll show something.
Yeah.
So like I said, I went to like Stacy's booth. So I went to the mustache booth, which is owned by Stacy, and her friend Diane of the Suburban Citrus Parkas was helping her. And like I don't even know when I bought the thing. I think I got it on Saturday. I walked back there like a million times. Well, I talked to them a bunch too because they're just really fun to talk to. And I decided to finally get a bag, but there were so many bags. Like Diane just made so many, and they were all so cute. And so I had to pick one, and so I did pick one. And I didn't even get it at the time until she explained it to me, and then I felt really silly for not getting it. But hang on, let me find a. I just let a ball of yarn all the way from me. Let me get a tag of Stacy's. So this is Stacy's tag, and I'll get up so y'all can see. And it has a little bird and a bird's nest. And then the bag is little birds in that green, and it's on a gray. And so it's like the mustache bag. Like how cute is that? So so I got this bag, and it's got this really pretty like green color on the inside.
Yeah, like a robin
and label.
Green, blue.
It is so pretty.
Very
really
Easter.
Is. Yes, and Easter is right around the corner.
Yeah.
So I got that, and then I just got a lot of stuff from her. So we'll keep going back and forth, but here I'll show you something I got. I got the
Is it the
I wanted to
chocolate?
try some of her new bases. So this is Retro Rainbow.
Yeah.
And it is on her sport weight base. Because I've done a bunch of socks. Well, I've done socks only out of her sock base, her perfect sock base. And so this is that same base, just in a sport weight. So I'm very excited about this.
Yeah. I like the retro rainbows, very pretty.
I saw it knit up. She had a sample, and I was just smitten
Which
with it.
one? Which one?
I know there's so many.
I know there's so many, and they're so pretty.
I know.
Okay. Well, to go with Frozen Fever, if you went and saw Cinderella,
Which we did
we did
on Tuesday before Fiber Fest. Because we're cool like that.
So I've gotten Butterfly Girls Elsa art bat before, and I made her a hat. So I wanted to get some more to try some of my thin spinning. We'll see how it goes with art bats. It's pretty much whatever it wants to do.
But if they're blended,
This one should be blended pretty good. It has merino, bamboo, and then of course Firestar and Angelina, which if you can't see, it's very sparkly.
Yeah.
Elsa, like think her dress, but in fiber.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so I got 2 of these, so I have 6 ounces, so I have enough to do a shawl or whatever comes to mind when I'm ready to knit it.
Well, I just went to Frozen on Ice. I can attest that really is the sparkly.
Yeah, and I don't think I said it, but it's from Butterfly Girl, and they have some of the prettiest art bats that are, and I think that's what they're known for is their sparkles in art bats. So we always go there, and we always are like, ooh, pretty.
Yes.
So I couldn't resist to get their Elsa again.
I would have gotten some, except I have so much. I have a lot of bats, and I haven't been spinning them, so I was like, okay, I'm going to show some restraint, but it is.
And I'll show my other bat real quick, and then I'll let you.
Oh yeah, let you go. It's pretty too. I'm still kind of. So
I got this. We have a friend from Fiber Arts, and she's actually in Durant, Oklahoma. So we've gone there a couple times to see her. And she has these very pretty bats, and sometimes they're a little hidden, so you have to go like on a treasure hunt. But what I got,
there really is treasure at the end of that rainbow.
Really, there is treasure. So what she does is, I'll show you the art bat, and I'll show you the thread. So I got this art bat.
It's amazing.
It's so pretty. It has lots and lots of little colors. Purples and blues and pinks and white. So lots of lovely colors. And I really do like to spin them. I think they're a lot of fun.
Bat spinning than I do.
I do quite a bit of bat spinning. But I have learned that when I want to do my bat spinning, I have to wear my apron or my jeans and my shirts and my hair. I mean, it spreads.
You're just like glittery.
So if I don't want to look like a tooth fairy, I have to wear an apron. Mm-hmm. So I won't be spinning that at someone's house because I don't want to feel like Oh, let me
You
pick
can
up
spin it
after
here.
myself.
You can spin it here.
But
we're
then,
always covered in fiber.
One thing I haven't noticed before, I haven't gotten before, is that with art bats, usually you have to ply it with something to kind of give it a little bit extra strength. But she actually includes matching thread. And it has a lot of the same colors, purples, blues, and whites. So I'll be really excited to apply it and see how that works. So I'll definitely be bringing that
There should
back.
be a lot on that so you won't run out.
Yeah. Let's see if it tells me how much yardage is on here.
There's probably a lot though.
It's in Spanish, so I don't know.
Well, hey, maybe you can use that when we do one of our spin art things. We'll have to see.
We'll have to see. So that's my other art bat. So I only got two, is Elsa and then the purple blue sparkliness. So would you like to show me?
Yes. Okay, here, I will show the rest of the mustache purchases. Because after I went and got the stuff, I was like, this is what I came here to get. Then I did go back later with like a mental list after looking around her booth, because it was pretty busy and there was a really long line and it was really small.
Yeah, when we got there, it was like a mad rush.
There was a line like out the
booth. to her booth, and so we had to wait a little while to get into her booth, and then there was quite a bit of a line, but thankfully we had some friends there, so we were able to kind of chit chat and kind of show what we were looking at. But she did. She said she did very well. So we're always happy when vendors do really well.
We really are, because I know that it costs a lot of money. It takes a lot of time to come to a Fiber Fest.
Yes.
I mean, I can't imagine dying for one of those things. And doing stripes. Oh my gosh, that would be hard. Yep. So, again, like I said, one of my goals was to do new bases. So I got the Sport earlier, and now I got the Corriedale. She has a new base. It's a Corriedale nylon blend, and it's called Woolly Bully. And so this is a 20 stripe repeat, and it's super, super pretty. I really am excited about it. I have a 22 version of this striping sequence on her regular sock base, so I'm interested to see how the colors differ on the two bases, and just to see how they feel. Yeah. Because I've never done Corrie. But I love spinning Corriedale, so I'm very excited about that.
You Corriedale? No.
I have a lot. Well, I've spun most of my Corriedale. Yeah. I have that one braid I got, but I had bought like I bought like a pound of it like 2 years ago, and I spun it like within a month of Fiber Fest. So she does do some mini skeins, and y'all have seen some of my crazy socks, so I got some mini skeins for some socks. There's like a Martian rainbow, and I don't know what the other two are, but they're all fun. So I'm excited. I think this one might even be like a variegated one.
Yeah. Here's my mini skein. So just like her, I got Martian Rainbow. So this will be going into some fun stuffed animals. Maybe a monster too.
Probably. Yeah, because there were 100 yards. I mean, that was a pretty good deal for mini skeins. And then I got Anna and Elsa, because I love Frozen, in case you haven't figured that out. I love Frozen. They're my favorite. It's probably my favorite Disney story.
What I like about Frozen is specifically there's not like a very scary, dark villain.
Yeah.
Because some of the villains Disney has put out are quite
some of them are scary.
Intense.
But what I liked about it is that the girl did not need a guy to save her at the end. Yeah. The two sisters saved each other because they loved each other, and I have a sister,
and
so
it also happened where after it didn't have to end with marriage. That they were still happy, together at the end, but it didn't have to be like, okay. And they actually kind of played off the Disney thing, because at the very beginning they were like, Kristoff was like, wait, you just met him that day? You got engaged to someone that day? I'm like, well, that's what Disney's done. I mean, think about how long Snow White knew Prince Charming. Yeah. She met him for like, what,
or Cinderella, the typical one.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I did like the new movie, because it still wasn't realistic, obviously. It's a fairy tale, but it was more realistic. Yes. Because they met each other a couple of times. Yes. Which is part of why I really like Ever After, because they meet each other a bunch of times.
I just watched that again because it's like, it's my favorite Cinderella.
I know, I love Ever After. I don't own that one on DVD either. Yeah. We have it on VHS. Okay, so that is all the mustache.
Angelica Houston's. She's awesome.
Here, I can also show my October house. We both went there to
Yeah,
our
we
Hot
both
Springs
went there.
people. And I've been wanting, well, okay, so my goal was to get 2 skeins of the same color. Didn't really do that. But I got 2 coordinating skeins, and I want to do, hang on, my phone's right here with the, it has the pattern name on it. I want to do some, like colorwork socks, but they're not really colorwork, and it's a free pattern on Ravelry.
We like free patterns on Ravelry.
And Stacy of Mustache gave me the idea, so yay, Stacy.
Yay!
She's awesome. Oh, well, it's not. Okay, it's called the Broken Seed Stitch Sock. And so it's like, you know, you pick one of the colors to do your ribbing, and then I believe it's like you alternate like purling and knitting. So you do that for like a row with one color, and then you knit all the pearls and purl all the knits with the other color. And you keep doing that. So this is Wildwood. And then this is Ginger. So much fun.
Cool. Alright. I guess I'm going to show my Western Sky knits. Besides my socks
My
that I
Western
got.
Sky is
Oh, there's fiber. Besides my Western Sky knitting sock project, I got 2 more for socks or shawls or whatever later. I got stained glass.
So pretty. I looked
This
at that one
is
like a million times.
aspen sock with nylon. So it's superwash merino nylon. You can see it has lots of pretty colors. So I can't wait to know. That was one I kept like picking up because I was like, I just love all the colors in it. It's so pretty.
It is pretty. I mean, I picked it up like 3 or 4
Yeah.
times. So,
And
I picked that one
then
up a lot. I'm gonna
Frozen.
order that one. I'm gonna have to order that one.
Colorway from Western Sky Knits. And this is twinkle sock, so you can't see, but it has lots of sparkles in it. And this is superwash merino nylon Stellina. So I don't know. This one's so pretty and light. I don't know if socks
I know. I was telling her she
will
can't do
work.
socks.
So it may have to be a shawl or a hat or something like that. Maybe a hat and fingerless mittens or something. Depends on, you know, the hat. So we'll see. We'll see. But they're very pretty. So
Those are
definitely go by Western Sky Knits if you ever see them. They have lovely things.
Oh, for sure. They really, really do. And I got a skein from them on their twinkle sock, and I left it in my room, so I can't show it to you guys, so I'm sorry about that. But something very useful. So I got some DPNs. I told y'all that this is my first sock on DPNs earlier. So I got these DPNs, and they're a size 1. And so far it's going alright. And the reason I've never wanted to knit on them is because I'm afraid that my knitting will fall off. And I was having some issues yesterday, but I think it was mostly because I was tired. Because I went and worked out for 2 hours because I hadn't been in a while. I didn't last week because I was really busy with some schoolwork. But I got this fun thing from the Seminifero girl. Hope I said that right. But you take your word. And Diane of the Suburban Sister, she gave me this idea because she's awesome. So you take your things and you stick them in here. And you snap it around your sock.
And DPNs stay in
And
place.
they stay. It's amazing. Like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. So I absolutely love it. And it has little mustaches since all my socks seem to be a mustache aren't seemed fitting. So here, I will show y'all some fiber.
Okay.
Because I got a lot, so just bear with us. This is Moon Pie on Superwash Merino Nylon. All of the fiber I bought was from 2 by Hand. Just because that's what I actually spent.
Yes.
So I don't know why. I spend their stuff.
Which
so.
one is that one?
Moon Pie.
Oh, Moon Pie, yeah.
So this is Moon Pie. It's blue, pink, yellow.
It has some softer
I
colors.
specifically requested this too, and my tape was
Oh.
awesome and brought it on the fiber.
Fun.
Then this is My Mother Had Me Tested on Superwash Merino Nylon.
And if you remember that title is from Big Bang Theory as well.
Yes.
My mother had me tested.
I think everything was a Big Bang Theory reference except the One of a Kind and Hummingbird.
Yeah.
Because those 2 are one of a kind. This is the Reflux from 2 of my Hand. Because I just can't say that word. I just can't.
Yeah.
I'm
I
a good
can't
kid.
either.
My mom
But it's
raised me
pretty.
right.
Yeah.
This is Hummingbird.
Hummingbird is
merino and
so
silk.
gorgeous. Love the dark colors mixture in
It
there.
is, and a friend of ours, Kristen, had a sweater that she had knit out of this colorway. It was beautiful.
It was gorgeous.
All right, and these two are one of a kind. This is on Corriedale. It's purple, green, red, yellow, and then Finn.
You can call it District 12.
I probably could. This is purple, teal, and pink.
And that one could be Effie.
It totally could be. It probably was like, I think it was like leftovers from some of the Big Fan ones. But for the next quarter challenge, we're doing combo spins. And I never did a cabled yarn for this last one. And so I'm going to do a cabled yarn and a combo spin all in one.
Cool.
So this is going to be an experiment for me.
Well, my 2 by hand stash, I am spinning one of them. I am spinning, it's a tiara. So that was one of the ones I got. And then I got Holly Holiday on Superwash Merino Nylon. It has lots of purples and reds and some blues in there, as you can see. So it's very pretty.
And you got a good braid. We kept talking about
it was Superwash Merino. Yeah, I figured I said Superwash Merino. So yeah.
And that's
and
a
then,
good Holly Holiday.
It is. It's a
because we were talking with them too. I was like, sometimes I want to tell y'all, like, if you just dye this up and you get a good braid, just send it to me. So yeah.
And then I got I'm Sorry.
I looked. Okay.
Is this a Big Bang Theory too?
I have no idea where that was.
Because I asked, but they thought it was. So.
It might be. We
and
should
this is on BFL.
Spam in the group and see if anyone remembers.
And it has. I love some of the gorgeous golds in it, with like a lot of the purples and blues. So I can't wait to see how that spins up. And I even though I started on BFL, I still have a love affair with BFL. It's really
I love BFL.
So
I haven't been spinning it lately because I happen to own a lot of merino.
And then I found this very special braid.
We got it last year too.
We got it last year too, but I just love the colors.
It turned out good on that fire.
The name is just classic. It is Twilight Potter Games. And if you don't know already, I write a lot of young adult teen fiction. So the fact that there is a yarn fiber that has like 3 of the most popular YA fictions, even though I'm not a huge Twilight fan, but it's on Finn. So I haven't really done much with spinning Finn, so it'll be an adventure, certainly. So hopefully, and as you can kind of see, like, all the colors, it feels like there's a lot of just mashup of colors, which is really funny because it's Twilight Potter Games, so it's like a mashup of 3 genres.
Yep. And it turned out really good on that Finn base. I mean, that took the dye, like...
It did wonderfully. And then my last one is Fine Young Cannibals.
No idea what that's
Don't know what it's from.
Love the fiber.
But, I mean, I hope I don't ever meet any fine young cannibals because they'd probably eat me. But it's on Superwash Merino Nylon. And it's really pretty. And I'll love to see how it is spun up as well. So, that's my 2 by hand.
There you go.
Stash.
I think that's everything from Fiberfest. I did get a package when I came home, which was my Bling Your String club that I ordered last December. I think it was December. Oh, sorry, she missed one.
One fell off my lap. And I can't believe I forgot this one. It's Whiz Bangs.
Oh,
I've spun this twice already, but it's so pretty. And this is Superwash Merino Nylon too. As you can kind of see, I like Superwash Merino Nylon. But I just love the colors in it, and as you can kind of see, it has just lots of mixtures of colors, lots of reds, and I really do go for reds with fibers, so we'll get to see it again, and every time it's turned out differently, so it's like magic, Whiz Bangs.
It is. It's so cute though. Okay, so my Bling Your String bag, because I know our episode's getting kind of lengthy. Oh, sorry. Okay, good. Nobody could see it. Okay. If you were in this latest Bling Your String club where she did, like, you could buy like 1 to 3 bags and she sent them all at once, and you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch for the next couple of minutes.
Spoiler alert.
Everybody sort of gets it individualized, so if you're like into science geeky nerdy stuff like I am, you probably don't want to watch. So I got this bag. I couldn't decide what size to get, so I got 2 different types of her bags to see how I like them. This is the large. And it's got molecules on it, and I'm in organic chemistry, so I just think it's freaking awesome because I'm nerdy like that. I have some nerd themed yarn I really want to knit now because I want to like throw it in here. So this is polka dots on the inside, molecules on the outside. Don't ask me what the molecules are, I can tell you. I'd have to go look it up.
They're mysterious.
Yeah. Well, there's actually like color codes for them, and I don't know what it is. I don't use them.
If I guess, I would say water just because it's blue, but
no.
I'm not in science.
No, because there are 3 hydrogen groups.
Okay.
Oh, it might be CH3. It might be methane. We'll see.
Wow.
We'll just pretend it's methane, even though I think carbon is not blue.
If you say it confidently, no one ever knows.
Yeah. And so I got 2 yarn tags, or item tags to like attach to things if I make people stuff. This little, I don't even know what it is. It's like a lotion bar. I'm gonna have to try that out because my hands get pretty dry. And then a stitch counter or something or other. And this lovely little thing with my name on it that pops open like a pocket watch. And that is a marker of mine, but it came with little markers. I don't know if you can see that very well, but there's little markers and little beads on them. And then I got the Star Wars bag, which was the, I want to call it a sidekick. It's supposed to be big enough where it can sit up and, sorry, you can't see it, where it sits and you can have a couple of skeins or cakes in it. So that was fun. And I love Star Wars, so
Yeah.
that worked out.
We're Star Wars fans. We're sci-fi fans. I mean, have we met a sci-fi show we haven't watched?
Not really. So I'm trying to get into Babylon 5 right now. So we'll see how that goes. And then this I had on order as well for a while, and it came in the mail.
Ooh, I haven't seen this.
It's a new way of dyeing yarn, at least to me. And I've seen some socks knit out of it, so I wanted to try it. It's called Magically Delicious. It is by the Lemonade Shop. And it is a merino nylon blend. And so the main skein is this bright green color. And then there's this little section that's like a rainbow. So there's blue, yellow, and pink in it. And then I got another one that's gray. And so it is the Stormy Day colorway. And it's got the same thing. It's got this rainbow end. And so what it does, I've seen on like socks, is every so often you get the colors to pop up, but most of the sock is gray or green or whatever the color is. She does a few different ones. And cool. So I'm very interested in trying it out. So we will see how that goes. But that is all of my stash of Handsman.
Yes.
Did we get through all of yours?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Awesome. So very quickly, what are you reading now?
Right now, I'm still reading Harry Potter because I'm an English professor. I had to grade over 60 packets of papers and things, so slow going. But now I'm at the Sorting Hat, so I'm right where the Sorting Hat is singing his little song about all the houses, and I'm a Hufflepuff. And so I got to read the little Hufflepuff one, and we actually talked because part of the Slytherin song was a little questionable. So I challenge you to go back and look at the original song, or little poem from the Sorting Hat, and see what it says, and see if you agree with what the Sorting Hat says about Slytherin. All right, that's what I'm reading. Harry Potter. Yeah,
and I am still reading The Enchanter Heir, but I did not read at all this week on it because I was reading for my massive test.
Yes.
But it happened on Thursday. It's over. I think things went well. Hopefully.
After 6 hours of her testing,
we had a spin-in. Yeah, we've been spinning.
We had a spin-in.
That was why I threw something new on the bobbins. I was like, I just want to pick something pretty and spin and enjoy my life again.
Yeah.
So anyways, but we had a fantastic time at DFW Fiberfest. Hopefully we'll get to go back next year. Obviously we'll have to see where our lives are.
Yes. But this fall will definitely be interesting for both of us.
We'll see where we are. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you if you're a new viewer for stopping by and watching us. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for coming back for more. We really do appreciate it. Yeah. I think that's pretty much
That's it. I think that's a wrap.
everything. So we'll try to update again in a couple of weeks and check in with you guys. Please check out our Ravelry group. It's brand new. We have, I think, 22 members. So feel free to join in, introduce yourself, share with us what you're working on. If you're interested at all in working on the Spin Art book by JC Boggs, feel free to post questions or pictures of what you're doing. We're going to try to do the first 3. We'll go from there. We'll see how they go. All right. So,
Happy knitting!
yes, bye.